Hey guys, thanks for joining us back out here at the Range Report, and I want to welcome you back here to my office, otherwise known as the Inner Sanctum, where we do all of our video editing, our promos, all of our writing for the Liberty First Foundation website, which is l1f.us. We welcome you guys to come out and check out the website. We got some really cool things going on all the time over there. And this is also where we record our podcast, Bullet Soup. We can find that on just about any of the podcast locations. Wish you guys would check that out too. We usually have a couple of really good guests on. We talk about everything from guns and gear and gadgets to politics and of course barbecue recipes and all the rest of that good stuff. But that's not why we're here today. We had to do a little bit of an update on a couple of the things that we have coming up and a couple of things that we have to revisit. First thing that we want to revisit is our Ruger 1022 stainless takedown. Now, we did the review on that a couple of weeks ago, and to our dismay, we had a couple of issues with the feeding of the 25 round magazine that came with the gun. So we were going to put a couple of my competition magazines from when I used to shoot bullseye competition in there. They're very, very finely tuned. They always make sure that they feed properly. We want to see how those go. But we figured while we were at that, we would also take the opportunity to try and see about what some of the aftermarket magazines look like. So we went out today, and we happened to be at the Concord Gun Show in Concord, North Carolina. And while we were there, we picked up a couple of 25 round magazines for the 1022. This one is made by Eagle International. We're going to check this one out. It's clear plastics, which is nice. It gives you an idea of how many rounds you have left when you're going through. It's all plastic. There's no metal feed ramp like what comes on the Ruger one. And this one right here, this one is from Butler Creek. They're both 25 rounds. As you can see, there is a pretty decent difference in them as far as size, but I think that's mostly because of the spring configuration that's in them. But we're going to run these through the 1022 and see if these things provide any sort of better feeding than the factory one, and whether or not they hold up against the factory ones that we have. The feed ramps are all smoothed out and polished. So we're going to give these a run and see what's what. A little bit of a heads-up competition. Not really caring about who wins. We just want to care about what works best for the gun and for the consumer. So we're going to have this review coming up very soon. Another review that we're going to have is we're going to be revisiting another gun that we did, and that was the Ironhorse Sentry 12 Pump Action Magazine-Fed Shotgun. And that is this one. Yeah, this is the Sentry 12. This is the bare bones edition Sentry 12 shotgun that you get from Ironhorse. This is the second one that we have in the collection. The first one has actually found a new home with a good friend of ours. It was actually his gun to begin with. He asked us if we would pick it up for him. He was incapacitated at the time, but really wanted the gun, so we picked it up, and upon his recovery, he was gifted a nice shotgun, took it to the range. He really loved it. And tell you the truth, we kind of liked it a lot when we had it in our possession. So when a Christmas deal came along, we ordered one of our own, and it just came in not that long ago. And we're going to run some first shots through this one as well. We're going to show you the very unique takedown features of this shotgun and what makes this one a lot different than the rest of them that are on the market today. So again, that's the Sentry 12 from Ironhorse. These things retail, I believe, around $8.99. So like I said, it's not exactly a budget gun, but when you see what this thing does and the modularity and how many different options you have, you might want to find a place for the safe, or at least, you know, maybe under the bed. Also, one of the things that we've always been remiss about was every time we go out and take our AR to the range, that you know, everybody always wants to shoot the Ironhorse thumb rifle. Yes, Ironhorse, again, the same company. These guys make some innovative products, and we always wind up taking a lot of people out to the range, and when they see a thumb-operated AR-15, they usually quite a few questions, and quite a few people wind up wanting to take some shots with it and want to see if it lives up to the promise of being a more accurate firearm, and I gotta tell you, it does. But considering that I'm usually the guy with the boxes of ammo, and the people who want to shoot it usually don't bring much of their own, we decided that we were going to see about looking into a CMMG conversion kit. So while we were at the gun show today, we picked up the 22 long rifle conversion kit from CMMG. This was right around $200 for the kit, and we find this beautifully machined bolt carrier group that replaces the standard bolt carrier in your AR, and this necks down into a 22, so you have the whole thing right here. This just pull yours out, put this one in, it charges and runs just like you would expect. And it was funny because I was really excited, because when I got the package, I saw it on the dealer's table, and I grabbed this. Oh great, it even comes with a magazine. I was mistaken. It doesn't come with a magazine, it comes with 3 magazines. So needless to say, I was a little tickled pink. Honest to God, didn't even realize it until I got it home. I was just more concerned about the bolt carrier group than I was the additional magazines. I was happy with the 1, but to find 3, bonus. That's a score as far as I'm concerned. But this bolt carrier group is extremely well machined. It's very well designed. Now we just have to find out whether or not it performs as good as it looks, and we're going to get back to you. If it does, we know damn well that we're going to be saving a ton of cash, at least when it comes to letting people fire our ARs. We're going to be able to step them down to a 22, and this is also going to come in very handy for training purposes, because we do have a lot of people that come to the range when they train with us, and when we're doing our instructions, that are a little bit of recoil and noise sensitive. So having them come from 223, 556, stepping them down to a 22 long rifle, the reduction in recoil, which is already pretty mitigated as it is with the gun, but the report being down, we think that it might help introduce a lot more people into the AR community and help get a lot more people more enthusiastic about shooting. So we're hoping that this serves that purpose. We've done a little bit of research on them, firsthand, and all things are promising. So keep looking out for this one. This is going to be a review coming at you probably next week, providing the weather holds up. In North Carolina, every time it seems we have range day, we wind up getting rain day instead. So fingers crossed, knock on wood, and all the rest of that. But the last thing that we wanted to bring to you today, which we had absolutely no intention of picking up today, but it was there, so were we. The stars aligned, so we wound up picking it up. The Rock Island 3.10. This is the Rock Island double stack 1911 in 45 ACP. And you see, we're showing clear, so everything is good. You know that. This is an exceptionally nice little handgun. We've always wanted to try out one of the double stack 1911s. We have an affinity for 1911 to begin with, but to find out that you can run 11 rounds of 45 ACP in a very compact size. Granted, this is not lightweight. This is by no means a flyweight firearm. This is all metal construction. This thing runs in and around 43 ounces when it's loaded. So this is a handful. It's a handful as far as weight, but what we hope is that it's not as much of a handful when it comes to recoil. This does have a 3.1 inch barrel, and what we notice is that on the top of the slide, you'll notice that there's a couple of ports in there, and that's because they correspond with the 3 ports in the bull barrel. Now this is a bushingless barrel, got a nice crown to it, all metal guide rod. Comes out of the box with a 5.5 pound trigger, but it's adjustable. G10 grips on it that we're hoping we can maybe find a set that are a little bit more slimmed down. These do get a little bit chunky when you're looking at it in the back. Now I'm not going to flag myself because I don't want to hear anybody complaining, so I'm going to move this over. And you can see as I point it over my shoulder at the brick wall behind me that this is it's short and fat, but it kind of is sexy. So we kind of like this a lot. And when we were at the show, we did a little digging because Rock Island only includes the one 10-round magazine in the box, and considering we don't know how long it's going to take to get another one in, we said let's see what we can find. Did a little bit more digging while we were there. Excuse me, I just dropped my shotgun. did a little more digging while we were there, and we happened to come across a 14 round magazine that another dealer happened to have. Now, we can drop out the 10, we can put the 14 in, and you can see we do have some additional grip. Now, it doesn't have a grip sleeve to it, so when I hold this in my hand, the back of the magazine is digging into the meat of my hand a little bit, so we think we would like to try and find a grip sleeve for this, and a mag sleeve for this, or something to help buffet that, because when you look at the jaggedness of the corner of that and you try and figure whether or not you want to have that up against your hand when you fire at 45 ACP, maybe having something to fill that gap out might be a better. Now, we did run snap caps through it earlier. We wanted to make sure that there were no problems with feed or function or anything. Now, granted, I know it's not live fire, but it feeds perfectly, it ejects perfectly. The slide, once I do take it off the safety, slide does lock back on it. So for all intents and purposes, this magazine should do pretty well. Not exactly inexpensive. These ran about 45 bucks a piece. I know the Rock Islands, I think, were about 30, 32 for the 10 round flush fit. Let me say, with the 10 round flush fit, I am just about getting 2-finger contact on that. There's no way, with hands as big as mine, there's no way I'm going to be able to even hit that mag release. So with a double-handed grip, you're going to have to drop them that way. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe, just maybe, if we thin those out a little bit, it would help. Who knows, maybe we'll reverse it so that this way the mag release is indexed with the index finger. See if that makes a difference. Oh no, we're always open to experimenting when it comes to the guns, because we know that not every gun fits every hand, not every gun fits every person, so we just want to make it as usable for ourselves, and if we open a door that shows it how it could be useful for somebody else, then so be it, then we've done our job. But we're going to give that a shot and see what that is. The sights on this thing are nice. They're windage and elevation adjustable in the rear. It's got a blacked out front post. We would like to maybe swap out that front post for the previous version of this. The original version had a fiber optic sight. So we're going to see. We know that if they're interchangeable, we're going to maybe swap that out and see about it. The only thing we have to be careful of is whether or not the fiber optic sight is going to block the ports on the front. If it is, then we'll probably just, throw a little white paint on there just so we can, get a good sight pitch, run it for now, and then see what other options are available for us in the future. But in any event, so far, pleased with it. It's a sharp looking gun. It feels comfortable, even though I'm not a big fan of, 2-finger contact. My P365 XL was purchased specifically because I could at least get my pinky on the gun and not worry about blowing my index finger off with it. But we're going to see what this does. It fits the 1911 Phobos holster that we have, so that's good. At least we can do a little drawing and firing. But like I said, those are a couple of the things that we have coming at you in the following weeks, and we're going to revisit a couple of our old favorites. We're going to be bringing in an L Ruger LC9. We're going to be reviewing. That just came in. And all of this while we're waiting, hopefully by early April, the gun that we have been waiting 2 years for will be coming in, and that's going to be our 5150 Evolve rifle. The 5150 Evolve rifle, you've probably heard us mention it here. You've probably seen it on the Facebook pages and all the rest of that. Is probably the most revolutionary design in the AR platform, and it's everything from pistol caliber carbines through the AR9s, through AR-15s, AR-10s. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. We have the very first one that's coming off the production with our own personalized serial number, and we will be running the first ever shots through it on anybody's channel on YouTube. So we are incredibly indebted to the folks over at 5150, Keith and Danielle Berry. They've been very nice enough to make sure that we have the honor of doing that, because we've been clamoring for this rifle for 2 years, and hopefully if it performs as well as it was designed, it is going to be a legitimate game changer for the AR community, and we are very happy that we've had front row seats for the whole journey. So when that comes to us, hopefully by the beginning or second week of April, we'll get that review out to you. The first review on that is going to be the unboxing, and the second, in first shots. The second review, we're going to be doing a 1,000-round torture test of that gun. So we want to make sure you guys stay tuned for that. So until then, this is Frank with the Range Report. And listen, if you haven't subscribed already, we'd really appreciate that you hit us with a subscribe, hit us with a thumbs up. If you can share the channel, we're really close to hitting a benchmark. We've never ever pushed this channel. Everybody who's found it has pretty much found it completely by accident. But now the push is on. We want to get as many people in here as possible because we have a lot of big things that are going to be coming from the Range Report, the Liberty First Foundation. A lot of big things are going to be happening, and we want to keep you guys all up to speed with it. And plus, the reviews are going to be coming hot and heavy after this. So, again, thank you for finding us. We really, really, really do appreciate you guys watching. And if there's anything that you guys want to see, if we can do it, we will get it and we will bring it to you. So let us know, please. Don't be afraid to join the comment section below. We try to interact with as many, if not everybody, that shows up. So, like I said, you guys be safe, shoot straight. God bless.